Oh my God. Why would you say that so Atif Ali is Hamza's cousin, potential future sponsor of the KBA.
Okay, Hamza's cousin doesn't really help me, but
Yeah, we don't know him. None of us know him.
if you're Hamza's cousin, you're already off to a bad start with me, buddy. Fudge that guy. Yeah. No, I love you, Hamza. I'm just kidding. Please don't get upset.
After this short break, we will, have the commissioner's rankings.
Short break, dude.
Brother,
Come
we didn't
on.
even talk about
Someone's
Zadie's
gotta
team.
clean that shit up, bro.
Clean that shit up, man. He's probably
that
dripping all over his carpet.
And welcome back to the show.
We didn't talk about Zadie's team.
I'm gonna talk.
Oh, for sure.
Welcome back to the show.
Wait, we didn't go anywhere.
It didn't go anywhere.
We cleaned that shit up.
It's still there. Didn't even clean.
Sleepers of the draft. We'll be discussing what's upcoming with the KBA.
Bro, this isn't like high school where you start with like a whole like paragraph saying like this is what we're gonna talk about. It goes with the show.
All right, you guys done?
Yep.
Little sibling rivalry over here. All that work on Hamza. What did I get you? Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first official episode of KBA Overtime. I'm your host, Haytham Nekhle, with
Mohsen Safi.
And your commissioner, Irfan Safi.
Today we'll be talking about the KBA draft, which just happened a couple weeks ago. How are you doing today, Commish?
I'm doing great, man. You know, just took a couple weeks off, went, enjoyed Anis's wedding in Egypt, spent a few days there, then went to Makkah and Medina, did Umrah, and, we're back here now. So it was a nice couple weeks off.
Haytham?
Yeah, we had the KXPFL playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bit of a doozy, but I'm excited to move on, get into the KBA, see, what we're cooking with here.
Yeah, let's see what's been going on. The KBA draft just happened, like I said. Irfan, thoughts overall on the draft as a whole?
I think the draft went well. I think people really enjoyed it. I mean, it was a little long, but I mean, what do you expect when you're drafting 70 people? But no, draft went well. I think the teams are pretty balanced. There's a couple teams that I think are far superior than the others. But at the end of the day, I still think it's up for grabs. I think there's good 7 teams that you can choose from. And anything can happen. So definitely looking forward to how the season goes. This year definitely has a lot more buzz than past years.
Yeah, I always say I feel like the KBA in general is like one of the more competitive leagues in the fact that all the teams can compete. For 1 through 9, all these teams are pretty competitive for the most part. Haytham, would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I played last year, and it was pretty competitive. I agree.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the sleepers of the draft. Irfan, who do you think was the sleeper in the draft?
I mean, there's a bunch of sleepers. I think in the first round, the biggest sleeper, truthfully, is just probably Bassett. He was drafted, 6th? He was drafted 6th? 7th. He was drafted 7th.
Wow.
A former first overall pick.
He's the best player in the league.
Yeah, I mean,
Drafted 7th.
former MVP. He was drafted 7th. So I think easily that's... But that also goes to show the amount of talent that the league has come out with now. So the KBA is very talented first round there and second round. So definitely exciting to see what happens. But yeah, I think that was probably the biggest sleeper in the first round there.
Yeah, just looking at the board, Amar Usman, he didn't play last year, so that was a new player. Tariq as well, and then Adnan as well. These are 3 guys that didn't play last year, so definitely a lot more talent that's been joining the league.
Yeah, no, 100%. So definitely good to see that. I mean, we missed, Sikander and who else is missing this year?
I think that's really it.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's returning in terms of first rounders. So yeah, looking forward to it, and we had to expand. The league started with 6 teams. Now we have 9.
Yeah, I'd say with the expansion of the league, we're also looking to expand the quality of the league and the entertainment we bring you with the podcast, the live games with the commentary, everything. We're looking to make it bigger and better than ever before.
Yeah, speaking of which, Irfan, do you want to talk a little bit more about what Haytham just said?
Yeah, so I mean, this year with the KBA, we always had our own website, but we're gonna change it up a little bit. We have a new website. Shout out Abdullah Kidwai, helping us.
Shout out Kidwai, man.
Yeah, great guy, man. He does our production here with the studio as well. Set us all up with the whole shebang, and is also setting us up with doing live KBA games with live commentary. We're going to have updated stats as you go, and you can check in from anywhere in the world. You can just tune in to kba.calvo.app so you get the media coverage with us here at the podcast per week. Hopefully we'll wrap up each game and do previews on a weekly basis for you guys.
Yeah, sounds pretty terrific for the most part. Obviously this will be our first time doing it, so we'll kind of see how it goes. But our hope is from day one it'll be working pretty successfully and kind of go from there. Okay. What do you want to talk about today, Kamish?
Yeah, man, I feel we just talked about like the sleeper of the draft and we kind of just went off the rails here. But I mean, there's nothing really to talk about except that the season's around the corner. This offseason, everyone thinks was pretty quiet just because we didn't have any trades or rumors that were circulating. But I think the biggest thing that came up was obviously Captain Alize, the captain of OTP, always in the mix of things, always, throwing ruckus and just...
Yeah, what was that drama with Ilaga?
Yeah, so essentially what transpired, it seems like, Alize didn't end up drafting Ibrahim, who was under the assumption that he could just like pick and choose what team he ends up on. And he was really interested in playing for a team slice.
Yeah, draft league, buddy. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I know. I mean, just Gen Z, man. Kids these days, they just feel like, they can get whatever they want if they forcefully ask or request. But unfortunately, he got drafted on a team that was really excited for him. Obviously, didn't start off on the right foot. But at the same time, I think he's just a young kid who was being influenced by other captains and other friends that he has in the league who really wanted him on their team. And he was trying to see if he can do something about it. But unfortunately, here at the KBA, no one really has a choice or say with anything they do. At the end of the day, I'll make the final decision. And unfortunately for Ibrahim, he's not able to go where he wanted to, but he's with the team that wanted him. So hopefully he can make amends and, show out for them.
It seemed like they made up. They had that photo. I don't know where that was, the locker room or somewhere, but
that was an AI.
No, that was actually them at the Wheat and Vasa. It didn't even seem like they were playing together. It seemed like Ibrahim just saw Zaidi sweating and just wanted to take a picture with them. But it seems like
photo op with the new captain.
Seems like they're on good terms now, so that that team will be interesting. We kind of talked a little bit about Sliced Up. Pretty impressive. They drafted 5 players from the championship team. Rehan Siddiqui, obviously the captain, ended up drafting his brother Aman, Anas, Taha Mirza, and Arif Haq. All 5 of those were champions from last year.
I don't know how you get that whole team back and then add Nabil Mansour. Like that's insane.
Yeah, I mean they lost Zain Rizvi, who was a big piece, but he also missed all of the regular season last year. Preseason last year, I think Sliced Up was ranked like bottom 2, bottom 3. So whoever the analysts were that were ranking them definitely need to do a better job. But
they're not here anymore for a reason.
Yeah. That being said, I don't blame them for the route that they took. Replacing Zayn with Nabil will be interesting because Nabil's a pretty different type player than Zayn. But he'll be next to Anas. He usually doesn't play on teams where he's probably like the second or third option. He usually tries being the main guy. But I think this will be good for him. It'll be good for their team too. But I think sleeper on that team they picked up was Hamza Abbasi. He's a player that can step in if someone's missing, especially if like Anas or Nabil are missing. He could definitely step in, play that wing role, produce. He averaged 18, 4, and 4 or something last year. So, I think that team will be good. It'll be solid. They have the cohesion. They got the chemistry. So I think, they'll be a team to
Speaking of AI, those stats are hard to believe, but watching them, it kind of shut me up. But hey, multi-sport athlete, Hamza Abbasi.
Yeah.
Football and basketball.
Seems like he's retired from the football scene. So
No, he's coming back. You didn't see his post today?
We'll have to see.
Apparently, he said he's coming back for the fall.
We'll have to see.
We don't want to focus too much on football. Let's come back to
the another league. Thing I noticed for sure was we got Issam Hamoui on a podcast, on a spotlight actually, and he did mention how he didn't really want to play with some of his teammates.
Hamza,
who definitely didn't draft him, but Abad Bouani did end up drafting him, his former teammate. And he also went ahead and drafted Zaki Jabbar, who Issam was kind of talking about during the podcast.
Yeah. Again, I think he's happy with the team he's on. I don't think he has any issues with anyone that he's playing with. But he was really high on getting Muhammad Abdul Hafiz, but he didn't get him. He ended up getting Zaki Jabbar, even though he had the chance to. But again, I think that was just Abad doing what Abad thinks best for the team. They fell short last year. Abad wasn't the captain. Jazib was. So definitely, seeing that he's trying to put that same team together. Look, last year they barely missed the playoffs. They lost 3 games, in 1 possession games. So that core is still good enough to compete. Is it going to put them over the top? I don't know. But this seems like this year Isam's coming in a little locked. He looks like he's in the best shape of in his life right now. At least within the last 3-4 years. But they also got AU this year, so he'll probably help them. And then they probably got another sleeper in the last round. They picked up Wase Siddiqui, a nice 3-and-D guy. Helps space the floor and gives Isam that shooter.
Speaking of AU.
As you guys know, that is the self-proclaimed AU button. Do you want to hit it one more time? Maybe another? All right, cool. But yeah, kind of surprised Wase dropped that far, but, looking forward to seeing how he produces on that team. Yeah. Another team to mention, Tater Tots, Ayub Khan, pretty solid team for the most part. It seems like there's been some issues, like, not really believing in the captain, plus minus, like, minute issues.
Yeah, I mean, Tater Tots, I don't know where they got that name from, but they went with Team Elite first, and I think Ayub kind of got bullied into changing it because it sounds pretty generic. With that being said, though, the team looks good. They have a lot of guards, a lot of ball handlers, a lot of people that need the ball in their hands. So it'll be interesting to see how that mix goes. I don't think it'll, work or go hand in hand. But I think the biggest thing here is managing minutes on this team. There are a couple of folks on this team that, are looking forward to an increased role this season. Will they be able to do that with, the top-heavy guards that they have with the wing players? They don't have any big, so Mansour's going to have to play 40, or they're going to have to slide Bassett to the 5 or make Zayn play center or something, because right now they're pretty spread thin. So unless Mazen or Hamad want to step in and, play center, that team's going to have a hard time rebounding.
Shout out Zayn, man. You played with Bassett last season. What are your thoughts on playing with Bassett, and how do you think he'll fit with, Ayub and all these other guards on the team?
Bassett's a killer. Just get in the ball and get out the way. I learned that the hard way. Kind of beat me up over the season. He just told me to set screens with my big old. I did that in the 5 minutes that I played over the course of the season, and he high-fived me a couple times. He still hasn't come to MOTW, even though it's down the street from his house. So.
Yeah, man. MOTW Peloton, man. Be on the lookout for the award show in the KFL.
And Lombard, we got one of the owners is here. I don't know if we can say that, but I don't know how inclined he is to reveal that.
Speaking of which, we'll go and discuss Team Murtaza.
Slept On is Murtaza's team name. He went ahead and drafted Usfer in the first round, and then followed it up with Usman Hussein.
Shout out Usman Hussein.
Now, Haitham, you and Usman grew up together. But I do. The first thing you saw on the board was, damn, Usman got drafted that high.
Yeah, damn, he got drafted that high. Damn right. You mean? It's my dog. Dream team.
Yeah, I mean, this team's interesting. I think it just runs on, Usfer. If he's able to carry these guys, having a second-round pick in Usman is kind of... I mean, we've harped on this too much already. We've had a couple shows. We discussed this, but it is what it is at this point. This team is just going to go as far as, Usfer and Salman carry them. I think that's a good duo in terms of scoring-wise. Defensively, I don't know. It's going to be a lot of hacking there on the interior. So hopefully someone stays out of foul trouble.
They got Subhan. They got Daniel Asim.
Oh, hey, honestly, now that I'm looking at this team, man, they do have Subhan, who's like a 43% three-point shooter. Ali Iqbal, who's like a 38, 45. I'm thinking about Asadi, my bad. But he's like a 27% three-point shooter. Murtaza Mirza, very solid three-point shooter.
Ali Iqbal?
Yeah, honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing how these guys mesh. It's going to be very interesting. Usfer and Subhan together, Subhan's scoring like 10 to 15 at least a game with just having him on the team there to space it out. But it'll be interesting to see how Danny's going to fit in along with Ali Iqbal, because both of those guys are on-the-ball players. They're usually like playing point. And Usfer needs the ball a lot. So we saw what happens last season when Usfer plays alongside people that need the ball. It doesn't really go too well. Hamza Ahmad can let us know himself, but he's on Team Jazz now, so hopefully he'll be able to play a role that he's comfortable with.
Shout out Ali Hassan.
Yeah, shout out Ali.
Shout out Ali, man.
That's a great vibes guy. But
not many vibes on Usfer's team though, man. Usfer's all about business.
Yes, but he was a former IYBL MVP, so definitely looking forward to seeing how he performs in the KBA.
Speaking of MVP, most recently named the CMBL MVP, Tariq, reunited with Jazib along with Musab on Have a Nice J. What are your thoughts on this team? You know, you're on this team as well.
Yeah, I think we're the best team in the league. The only issue on our team is Musab. If he's going to stay out of foul trouble when we need him most. If he's going to show up and play when we need him and contribute when we need him. I think Tariq will be able to step in and just kind of carry us. But we definitely need to assist him on the defensive end. I think there's lack of shooting on the team, but I think Umair and Hamza can assist there. And then obviously we have Jazib. So outside of that, I do think we're the best team in the league. Not just saying that because I'm on the team. But I think it's got from top to bottom, defensively, offensively.
Shout out Jazib, man.
Shout out Jazib.
15 threes in a game.
Dude,
That's pretty
KBA
impressive.
record.
Now I want to go back on Musab. You know, Haitham, you played with him last season. You seemed like you were expecting a championship last season. You know, with Musab and Basit.
I gave my life for that championship, and we didn't win. I almost died, and this guy's over here eating a honey pack on the side of the wing. But again, I mean, you know, he's a kid. He has a lot to learn. He was in class half the season, showing up late. You know, Basit, you know, kind of took over that team anyway. So, but he was a phenomenal trade. Really turned around our season. Zaidi was about to go through hell again for yet another season, but you know, I think Musab really turned that around for us.
Coming off an injury, we'll kind of see how Musab does this season. But shout out Bionics, man.
Shout out Bionics.
Nah, don't give him a shout out, man. They didn't give me anything.
Oh, okay, don't shout out Bionics. Screw that company.
Shout out Court Society though. Musab and Abad.
Court Society. We talked about this.
What? Oh, I don't want to talk about the team, man. I'm just talking about Court Society, man.
My bad,
Can't
my
wait to
bad.
wear their apparel all season long.
Yeah, we've been promised this apparel since we started the podcast.
Yeah, where the hell's my double XL shirt?
Where's
Musab?
my 5XL, man? Come on.
Speaking of,
Speaking
talent.
of what is this transition, man? Come on.
Yeah, I couldn't really make a transition here, but look at this team name, bro.
Speaking of honey packs.
WMD, Weapons of Mass Destruction.
Okay,
Wow.
I don't know. I thought it was a WebMD here, buddy.
With the injury,
WMD?
with the age of this team, man, they might be, WebMD, but Abdullah Kidwai drafting Walid Mirza in his first round, and then following up with Hassan Ramzan Ali. What are your thoughts on this team?
I think on paper this team's pretty good. It's got a bunch of guards and then has Walid and Kidwai. I think this team will go as far as Gamran takes them. I think Gamran's fresh rookie in the KBA. He showed in other areas that he's a really good scorer, really good offensive player.
They have a solid role player in Najib Sharif as well.
Yeah. Najib and Hassan off-ball players. Walid will probably play point center. But if Cam can run that offense, they might be dangerous, or it might be another Team Heart situation.
Shout out Rehan Rahman, man. That guy's solid, dude.
Shout out Perry, man. Shout out Perry.
Perry.
Perry's first
Were you the one who
time.
came up with that name at first?
Yes, I was. Perry the blood boy. Dr. Doofus.
Why did you come up with that name again?
I don't know. He had flat feet, or he said he
No,
had
he was
flat
wearing that
feet.
shirt.
Dude, he was walking around with the Perry the Platypus shirt.
Yeah. So I just started calling him Perry. I'm really sorry, by the way. Last 15 years of life must have been hell.
Bro.
Well,
being
but then he
called Perry.
put that on his jersey. That's on his jersey. So he took that name and he's running with it.
Shout out me.
Shout
Coming
out
up with
Haitham,
great
man.
nicknames.
Shout out Rehan, man. He's gonna be good for the league. He'll enjoy it. I think he was also, what was he, a seventh rounder, dude. That's a sleeper pick right there. It brings a lot of energy. For a team that's led by, Walid, who's kind of very monotone and kind of even keel. You need someone that brings like that type of energy to get people going, juices flowing. Because if you look at this team top to bottom, there's not really anyone on that team that has that. So Rehan will definitely bring the energy off the bench for them.
I know he's coming off of an injury right now. I think he has an ankle injury, so we'll kind of see what his timeline is. Last I spoke to him, he said maybe 2 to 3 weeks, so we'll kind of see where that goes. And then speaking of the top of the draft order, team flight, Hamza Malik was able to get the first pick. He went ahead and got Omar Usman, one of his running mates in different leagues. What are your thoughts on this team?
Man, as a commissioner, I'd rather not speak on this team because it definitely shouldn't be in a position where I'm, putting a team down. But at the end of the day,
I will. What is this circus of a roster? What the hell is this? Waqas Mansour, Rohil, Imad.
yeah, it's
Hayat.
man. Those
What
last
is
5
going
rounds,
on?
man. These players are.
How did Waqas fall to the
Yo,
last round of the
Shout
draft?
out Road though, man.
I got
Road's a
drafted
go-
last year earlier than that. What the hell?
There's a reason why Waqas always begs me to be captain. He doesn't want to see himself in that last round.
What round did Imad go?
4th, I think. 5th?
Fifth.
5th.
That's solid. Solid value for him.
No, I mean that's a good spot for Imad. I guess in that position, it's just kind of honestly, it's just this team's gonna go as far as Ahmad Siddiqui takes them. Runner-up MVP from last year. I think Hamza's gonna do what Hamza does. AO's gonna do what AO does. It'll be interesting to see how Hayan fits on this team. I mean, we've seen him play with them in other leagues, but I didn't really see that much of a mesh there. I think Rowe's gonna be a really good piece for this team, but I just don't think there's enough firepower on both ends, on the offensive front or defensive front, unless Maz plays the way he played last season, which I think is very hard to replicate, especially like with how the competition's grown now, and not being too much on the ball because AO is going to have the ball a lot. But it'll be interesting to see. I think there's going to be a lot on Maz's shoulders here.
Now, Haitham, you used to play with Waqas, Rohel, and Imad growing up, maybe like 30 years ago. But, what are your thoughts on that trio?
That trio. I mean, I feel like they're the exact same players as they were 30 years ago. Oh
Nah,
my
Waqas-
God!
Someone clean the vacuum, bro.
Someone clean that up. That is.
Thank God there's something. Oh, man, shout out.
Shout out Good Wife for that, man.
Shout out. Abdullah
Appreciate you,
Kidwai,
Good Wife, man.
Yeah. So my thoughts. These guys are. Rohel's pretty solid. Waqas is pretty solid. Who else was it?
Imad.
Imad.
Yo,
Forget
Imad's
that
good
guy.
for 30.10 rebound game a season.
Shout out Imad, man.
Imad's good for fast breaks.
He-
And
3 straight years, I think, player of the week. And I think he gets it early in the season. So whoever's playing him first or second week, Imad's going to hoop. And he'll probably, go off. But that'll probably be all you get from him.
And last but not least, we have Bosnian Brotherhood. This team is, drafted by Hamza Ramzan Ali. First round pick was Adnan, followed by Hassan Shuaipaj. What are your thoughts on this team, Irf?
I know I said my team's the best team, but this is my favorite team. This is what the KBA stands for. This is what the KBA was meant for. It's a group of guys that I don't think they've played with each other in anything ever. Outside of, Hamza and Adnan have played. And then Hassan, Shuaipaj played a little bit with
general himself, Rafi Siddiqui, man.
Yeah, and this team from top to bottom, favorite team. I think on paper, talent wise, they have it all. Their biggest weakness will probably be chemistry.
Is that Mo Saeed? Irfan's favorite player
yeah.
in the league.
Yeah, dude, he went to Team Harden, was scoring 20
Shout
points
out-
a game.
I don't
so-
want to bring this back to the KFL, but shout out Nasser, bro. Prime time.
Nasser
Dude.
Faruqi, man.
Yeah.
Will Primetime make a return?
Hopefully not.
Yeah, Nasser, stick to basketball this fall.
We might be saying go play soccer after this season, but that being said, this is my favorite team. I think their biggest weakness is chemistry, just because these guys haven't played together. But if you look at from their guard to their center position, like Mo Saeed's a legit good enough point guard. He was a second round pick last year, and then Hamza spaces the floor as a shooter. Lukman, very underrated. He can definitely be he's got the talent to be a top 2 round player. So definitely excited to see that. And then they have Shuaipaj, who broke out last year, kind of basically carried Redeem Team
Redeem Team.
with Sikandar, because no one saw that coming, and he just kind of broke out and was on a nice run last year. Kind of came out again, just let us know who he was.
He missed 4 games with surgery or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he missed a couple games, and they won those games, struggled, but when he was there, he was hooping.
I beat them in the playoffs, so
Yeah, we did beat him in the playoffs. It was close
I
though.
beat them in the
You
playoffs.
beat him in the playoffs. It was close though.
He had 4 points that game.
I took Usman out the game too. 'Cause he had to make sure I didn't die. So. His game plan worked.
Yeah, I think across the board, this team is pretty solid. Haitham, what do you think about Atif Ali?
Who? Okay, you can't do that. He's setting me up.
No.
Who's Atif Ali?
Dude, that's your boy, Ahad's brother.
Oh yeah, Atif, man.
Well,
Of
no,
course.
that's oh my God.
Why would you say that so
Atif Ali is Hamza's cousin, potential future sponsor of the KBA.
Okay, Hamza's cousin doesn't really help me, but
Yeah, we don't know him. None of us
if
know
you're
him.
Hamza's cousin, you're already off to a bad start with me, buddy. Fudge that guy. No, I love you, Hamza. I'm just kidding. Please don't get upset.
After this short break, we will, have the commissioners' rankings.
Short break, dude.
Brother,
Come
we didn't
on.
even talk about
Someone's
Zayd's
gotta clean
team.
that shit up, bro.
Clean that shit up, man.
Please
It's probably
clean that up.
dripping all over his carpet.
And welcome back to the show.
We did how was Zayd's team?
I'm gonna talk.
Oh, for sure.
Welcome back to the show.
Wait, we didn't go anywhere.
It didn't go anywhere.
We cleaned that shit up.
It's still there. What do you even clean that up?
Welcome
I
back to
have
the
a
show.
napkin.
Before we get to the commissioners' rankings, I do want to talk about only the pillars. This is Ali Zayd's team that he drafted. First round, he went ahead and got Eric Bandy, who's very unstoppable. It seems like the only thing that could stop him recently is a scooter.
I'm missing the inside joke. What happened?
He fell off a scooter and broke his ankle.
Oh, wow.
Bro, why you gotta say it like that, bro?
I mean, at this point, that's what happened. You keep bringing it up in 3 straight episodes.
Yeah, my bad. And then the second round, they got Ibrahim, who we kind of already discussed, followed by, Mo Abdul Hafiz. What do you think about that pick?
I think this team is very well put together. Bandy and Ibrahim Ilaga and the backcourt with Ali Zaydi and Mo in the
dude.
front court. I mean, and then you also have like Akbar Faruqi to space it out with shooting. It's like that team, top to bottom, 1 through 5, is probably what I don't want to say the best.
Dude's glazing already, man. You can't even talk. This freaking Zadie's. Never mind. Shout out Zadie.
1 through 5, yeah. Shout out Zaidi, man. He really started from the trenches and now is a runner-up last year, and now is hopefully to get his first title. But yeah, he struggled in this league. Yeah, with that being said, this is a great starting 5. Really excited to see how they put that together because I think Ilaga is a top 3 talent-wise in this league. Just got to see, he's kind of young.
Gotta get his attitude in check, dude.
Yeah, he definitely needs to. But, playing with a captain like Zaidi will be something that can,
I
really
agree.
fix him.
I think the biggest question for this team in general is just like, every other first round pick, for the most part, is proven. Eric is a great player. Don't get it twisted, but this is obviously the first time in the KBA. We kind of have to see how he'll perform with this team.
Yeah. And then, even if he misses or if Ilaga misses, they have Abbas off the bench.
Yeah.
That guy was a former runner-up MVP in IBL back in 2013, 2014,
What do
maybe
you think about
2005.
Who?
That being said, they have a pretty deep team.
Who is that? What do you mean? You can't just leave me on a fucking cliffhanger. Who is Abbas Ahmed? You act like I know every single player. This isn't the KFL, man. I don't know every player. I can't memorize every player.
Well, let me
again.
tell you something. You'll find out soon.
Talking about who's Atif Ali, who's Hamza's third cousin on the. He's from Pakistan, like exchange student shit. I don't know who half these guys are, man.
Hey, shout out Adler.
Who?
Adler
Oh,
Planetarium.
sponsors! Shout out Adler Planet.
This guy said
For your traveling needs, contact Adler.
For all your traveling needs, contact Adler. Where are you going?
Yo, you can't disappear right now. We're
back up,
shouting out
man.
sponsors, man.
It's a sponsorship. He thought he was gonna go down with.
Dude, shout out Ravenite, man.
Wait, who?
This telecast is copyright by KXP Entertainment, a division of KXP Properties Incorporated. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of this telecast, or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of KXP is prohibited.